So yes guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we've got the M4 at GG Autos in Southend. We've got the main man in the corner there, Tommy, the 140 guy, the guy who loves doing 173, 170, 176 at Race Wars, and we are gonna try and go there again. I don't know if it's gonna happen again this year, but I'll let you guys know. But for now, have a look at this. We've got some serious cars in the workshop. So yeah, let's catch up with Tommy and see what's here. So Mr. Tommy, how are you doing?
I'm very well, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Happy actually, whenever I come here. Mate, you've got an array of vehicles today. Straight off the bat, this Supra or B58, it's a BMW
Z4, yeah.
Z4 is missing rear tyres for some reason. That's not usually something I see a lot. Do you care to explain?
Yes, you snapped a dry shaft.
Okay. Is this a common thing on Supras? I thought that where it's meant to be like a race car, it'd be a bit like stronger or better than an M140.
I'm not sure, to be fair. It's just a Z4 in drag.
Yeah, exactly. We won't be like any stereotyping here. It don't matter. It's still a great car.
So
it's still a great car.
The owner does love to send it.
Okay, because I can even see
these back tyres.
Yeah,
they're 2 months old.
Cheese to the bread. Look at that.
And it usually, I've fitted about 7 prop couplings.
Wow.
And now he's finally done a shaft. He's literally spun the
he's doing very
dry
well.
shaft in the CV joint. And yeah, it's been a bit of a pain to get a shaft from BMW. They're like over.
Oh, you got to get it from BMW. You can't get it from Toyota. No.
I've not even tried.
We see how it is.
To be fair, I just called BMW.
Don't even waste
it's over
time.
£1,000.
I swear.
And like 10 days from Germany, which he didn't want to do.
Cheese and bread. Yeah,
so we're just waiting for a second-hand one.
Fair enough.
To turn up.
And this bad boy, you can see the nice little cheeky CS bonnet there. What's this having done on it?
This is having full fixed crank hub, insane 4-pin.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. I think I got mine done when I was stage 1, but all throughout the stock and the stage, all throughout even the stock stage, I was just always worried. So this
is stage 1, but he's, you know, like there's a lot of stigma around the crank hub.
Of course.
A lot of people say it's just...
It's not necessary. It happens.
And all that, but it definitely does happen.
It does,
he's he's only had the car a couple of months, but he knew when he was going to buy one, that's what he was going to do. Just because he's got it in the back of his head now that he can't use the car properly.
You can't kick down or send it.
Yeah, having an issue, which is it's understandable. I mean, it is a fair chunk of money to spend on something that you're not really going to notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's, you know, in the back of your head that it's
definitely. And
you're never going to get any issue with it.
What's the time on that sort of thing? 1-2 days or?
Yeah, I mean, I've only done a couple, so obviously I'll get faster as I do them. But yeah, it's about it's like a day and a half.
Okay, and then eventually like a couple of hours in and out, pop to McDonald's.
Hopefully.
And then in the corner here, I saw this when I come in, S55, another S55 friend. However, I noticed it's missing an exhaust. It's not like I've got a bad camera or anything, guys. There is no exhaust under there. We're doing single turbo on this, Tommy. Someone said you're doing single turbo and nitrous on there, or you're not allowed to say yet.
Yeah, it's going to the moon, this one.
Yeah, so this one's a separate build, so make sure you follow GG Autos, because there's always work going on here. But yeah, this one's, there's a story behind it, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But what we're doing today on mine, Tommy, I just want to hear your opinion, because you're going to notice from the title, guys, we are changing the rear lights out. Some people say it looks tacky. What is your opinion on it? Because it is, at the end of the day, a luxury BMW car. Like, should you be putting this sort of
to be fair, they're only like GTS lights anyway, aren't they? So I think it just brings it up to date a bit, you know?
But would you, if you had this, would you go for the LCI upgraded lights, or would you just go for the GTS? Because LCI lights, I think, were about 900 quid, and I think that's used, or 700 quid used.
I don't know what, I really do like them.
Okay.
Like, obviously, as you know from my car, I'm very...
Oh, yeah,
I like OEM.
Clean.
Like, clean OEM look. I don't like anything sort of OTT. But I think them back lights, if I could get them for mine,
you would?
I would definitely put them in my car. Okay,
so if you're watching this, Mr. V-Land, you got to hit up GG Autos, prototype, we'll happily test them, take them up the drag strip and make sure that they work and stuff. But yeah, guys, Tommy has got this RS3 as well with these lovely wheels. Tommy, what are we doing? What work are we? Obviously, I say we, but I ain't done nothing. What are you doing on this anyway?
This is just having some white line lowering springs.
Okay.
Roll bars. Well, they're already on, to be fair.
Stock power?
I believe this is a stage 1.
Okay, and these just grip and go, man.
Yeah, they do.
They just grip and go all day, every day. But
yeah.
enough about that. Let's get straight into this. And Tommy has already given us the thumbs up saying that it's going to look good. Me personally, I think they're going to work really, really great. I've got to also say a huge shout out to James Hopkins, top lad who I know for quite a few years now. Genuine guy, and he is a distributor for these. If you are interested, I'm going to leave his Facebook Marketplace link in the description so you can grab yourself a set, because the price, the delivery, everything is spot on. But enough about that, let's get into these. Okay, so I'd class this job as a 4 out of 10 in terms of hardness. It's relatively quite straightforward. You've got 2 nuts over here that need to be removed, and then you need to kind of slap the side rear light out of this little grommet over here. And in terms of the one on the boot lid, 8mm nut on the inside, and they pop straight off. There is an angle that you need to take them out at, and I'll make sure that I'll leave some information for you guys to see. But once you've got that angle out, they just need to be pushed out, and they will come out, but they're going to be a bit stiff. But for now, we're all done and ready to go. I'm going to give this a little spray and a little clean up just to make sure it all adheres in the right way. But other than that, it's relatively straightforward. You do have to remove this little boot liner, and those are, you've got some plastic Phillips screws over here. I don't know why it's called Phillips and why they're not called Johns, but that's beside the point. But once you do remove them, just remember they are plastic. And then you also need to remove this, which is the bracket for your triangle light, and also remove these. And this is actually where the wire is going to pass, because you've got this sequence that happens when you turn it on. It does that little fancy sequence, and this needs to talk to the ones on the inside. So you're going to have to run a wire from this one all in here. It's going to be explained, and there's probably better videos out there giving you a DIY, but this is more about my experience of it, and I'm telling you something for free. This is lovely. Now let's get to the ending part, because I'm out of breath and I'm hungry again. All right, so we are more or less done. We haven't done the other side, but I literally just want to get this side done so I can show you what it looks like, and I can do this side off camera. So straight off the bat, the fitment, James Hopkins, you legend. These are absolutely lovely. So you've got these screws within screws on the inside that if you twist them with a set of long nose pliers, it allows you to push them out so you can get them to line up with the boot one. The boot one is what it is. You bolt it in, you've got 2 little resistors. Where this is a older M4, I have to run these resistors so I don't get any LED issues or canvas issues on the car. You wire this part, which is the part I was referring to, and this part goes straight into the plug on this, so it just joins up so that the sequence works as is. And when you do that, then before I forget, put some Tessa tape on that, because this is going to run on the inside, and where it is quite sharp in there, you don't want it cutting the wire. So yeah, just a little note down there. And then once you do close it down, have a look at that for fitment. So from the side, it's flush, absolutely flush, just the way we like it. And I'm going to give you a little tease. You ready, you little pervs? Have a look at this. Have a look at that. You trees. We've done it, and as you can see, we didn't need Mr. Rothenberg today. We didn't need to loosen anything off, because like I said, this is a fairly simple install, guys. But yeah, let me get the other side done, and I'll give you a proper reveal, because I also want to see how well they are lit during the day. Lit as in lighted up, not lit as in cool. If you are watching these kids, just don't get confused. Also, when running the sequence lights, which I call these red and yellow cables, make sure you leave some slack in here, because other than that, when you go to close it, this is gonna obviously go like that, and it's gonna tug on it. So you don't want to make it too tight, but obviously against here you can, because you don't want it rattling against your little tray that you're gonna whack in. Another note for you guys. Okay, so we are now outside. Take a look at this. Have a look at that. Naughty, naughty, naughty. And of course the B58 has to wake up when we're at GG Autos. But guys, these are absolutely banging. I'm going to probably take some better videos and some B-roll in bright light to see how it does look. But yeah, as a whole, they look absolutely lovely. I don't think I'm going to get bored of pressing this button. I was speaking to Glenn, who's also got an F8 M3, because you can get these if you have an M3. and they just look amazing. Something to note that I probably didn't mention, I tried my best to cover everything, is you're gonna have to Dremel off some parts on the inside light, the boot lights, because these lights also work on all the other 4 series shapes, which is like 440i, 420d, you name it. But on the M4, the boot is slightly different, so you do have to shave down 3 parts of it for it to be flush, and the fitment is legendary. Again, huge shout out to James Hopkins. I call him Jordan Henderson, the same initials. So JH, you absolute legend. These are absolutely banging. Also, huge shout out to Tommy as always for letting me come down. But guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Has it done it? Should I do it again? Let's do it again.